Hello everyone, MARKCHES here. Welcome to the channel once more, and I'm going to make an update video about the KD15 because I've been getting a lot of questions about the KD15 because some saw a video about the KD15 having some issues, so I'll discuss a bit about the issues that they've asked me. So first thing that they asked me, a lot of people asked me about this, is the heel slippage on the KD15. So the KD15 has a big opening around the ankle and heel. I think one of them watched an unboxing initial review, and he said that it had a really terrible heel slippage issue. And for me, for my personal experience, I don't know his factors that happened to his sneaker that gave him that heel slippage. But for me, I got a true to size sneaker. So this is a US 11. I usually get US 11 for Nike. My PG is US 11. My LeBron right now is US 11. And my Kyrie is also US 11. So I fitted this with the 10.5. And the 10.5 was really snug and my toe was really on the tip. But it was really snug around the midfoot, so I opted out for the US 11. First time that I played with the KD15, I really cranked up the laces. I really tightened the laces. I mean, guys, that's one of the things that you need to do first when you're wearing a basketball sneaker if you're doing a real basketball game, like you're going for a run. You really need to tighten up the laces, and don't worry about it because the tongue of the KD15 is really plush. So even if you really cranked up the laces, it's not uncomfortable, and even on the ankle part, there's no pinching if you really crank it up. I usually crank up my laces first to try out the sneaker, and if there's some discomfort, I would loosen it up. But most of the time, I really crank it up and tighten the laces because I really want the sneaker to be one-to-one fit with my foot so that it will be really responsive. And with that in mind, when I cranked it up, I didn't have any issues on the heel. As a matter of fact, after I broken in the KD15, the heel containment became a little bit better because of the cushion. I think one of the factors there is the cushion. The cushion is a lot thicker compared to the KD14s if you're comparing it, so that it's kind of stiffer at first. So I think at first it's stiff, so it won't go up easily when you're moving like this or you're bending your foot, so it will recoil back. But once the cushion softens up, you can easily bend the KD15 and the heel will be okay, the containment will be okay. Plus, like I said, of course, first rule of thumb, get the right size, guys. If you can fit the sneaker, fit it, get the right size. I mean, a lot of people have issues on the fit, on the containment and ankle support of the sneakers because they didn't get the right size of their sneaker. And I think that's one of the main issues on the sneakers. So with this one, I mean, I got the right size. I didn't have any issues on heel containment. And the next question that I got a lot is the cushion. They said it's a React foam. I also read that in the press release on the KD15. It has a React foam carrier together with the full zoom straw, but unfortunately, we didn't get the React foam. But what we got is a cushion again. And I think it's not that bad either because the density of the cushion is a lot more dense compared to the KD14. The KD14 has a more plush foam compared to the KD15. This has a more responsive cushion, but when you broke it in, it will become a lot softer. But if you're comparing it with the KD14 right after the box, it is really plush. Like I said, it's not React foam, but because usually React foam has this texture that you can see on the LeBron 19 lows and the PG 6, where you can see the texture of the React, and usually it has the Nike React word on the outsole that indicates that you have a React foam. And this one, I took a close look at it in all angles of it. There's no Nike React word on the cushion, so I'm confident enough to say that this is not a React foam, and I would say this is a cushion carrier. and it's not so bad. It's still very responsive. I like it, especially after my day 2 wearing the KD15. It became a lot better. The cushion became a lot softer, more impact protection, more responsiveness. And it's a lot thicker, like I said, with the KD14s, comparing to the KD14's cushion. And for the traction also became better on my day 2 of using the KD15. It stuck more to the ground compared to the first time that I wore it. And the first time that I wore it, I was really playing on a really dusty floor, and like I said, it was still sticking, but it wasn't squeaking, but I wasn't sliding off. So take note, this is an EP version. And lastly, the next question that they asked me is the fit of the KDs. If it is snug. Yes, it is snug around the midfoot, like I've said, comparing it with the KD14s. That's why I went a US 11. I could have gotten the US 10.5 because the length-wise is okay, but the midfoot was really snug on the US 10.5 in my foot. And this one was okay. And they were saying there's a lot of toe space. My forefoot fit was just right, and there wasn't a lot of toe space on the KD15. Maybe because mainly the material of the KD15 is a lot softer compared to the KD14's material. Maybe they interpreted it as having more space around the forefoot. But for me, I would say it's not. It has a very nice fit, and especially if there's a little bit of space, just crank up the laces here and you're good to go. There's an extra strap here. If you can see this, it goes down to the footbed. It's like fly strap. You can see it going down inside, if you can see that part there. That one, that strap goes down to the base of the sneaker. So those are some of the questions that I got, and I want to clear things up with the viewers. So I hope I help you guys out in the KD15, because I know a lot of you got confused with that because of how we reviewers reviewed this KD15. So that's my opinion, that's my point of view, and those are my recommendations. If you're getting the KD15, get the right size. If you can fit it, but if you cannot, I would suggest go with the same size with your PGs and the Kyries, if you have. So my Kyries and PGs, I'm a US 11, and I went the same size with the KDs, and I think you're good to go with that. So this has been MARKCHES once again. Thank you for dropping by this channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.